Hi, this is Javin Kharot, a chemical engineer by profession, going to continue our today's topic, behavior safety work permit system. Now, what is that? A behavior safety work permit system useful for practical to avoid accident situation because based on safety assessment and causes some of the accident that occur recent or past, the various industries emphasize need to review the existing safety practice of our unit. So we are processing work permit system for the further homework based on actual best practice prevailing the respective unit. Now, its purpose and objective. The purpose of the standard work permit system is the described procedure and guideline on work permit system to carry out job of inspection, testing, maintenance, alertation, repair, upkeepment, construction, the safest possible manner. The implementation of system will help bring down the risk at work site acceptable level, thereby reducing possibility of any accident, fire explosion, property damage and adverse effect on environment. The objective of work permit system are exercise control over the maintenance, repair and construction activity, assigned responsibility, ensuring clear-cut communication between interested function and safety consideration to job, hazard and precaution required. It ensures that the work is properly defined, authorized, operating personnel are aware and going on precaution to be taken, the specified and person executing the job understand nature and extent hazard involved. Work permit system is important element of safety management system and implementation of true spirit shall help ensuring safe working environment, thereby reducing possibility injury to personnel, protect property, avoid fire, explosion and adverse effect on environment. Now, its scope. As far as scope is concerned, the standard work permit system applicable for the all plant premises. Now, safe work permit usually made out of the copy, one of written by issuer, the second for the worker directly involved in the task, and third are safety department. The worker copy is written to the issuer when work is completed. The safe work permit system should be issued only competent person who is completely familiar with work and work area. Issuer should review the place where the work will be performed prior issuing the permit. Now, work required permit. Now, why? Normally all maintenance, repair, construction work shall be carried out proper work permit job where work permit required include but not limited the following: the major and minor maintenance, inspection, construction, alertation, any hot work, cleaning activity of process equipment, entry into confined space, excavation, vehicle entry into process area, work at height, handling of material using mechanized means operating area, erection and dismantling scaffold, radiography and isolation and energization of electric equipment and facility. Now, its type of work permit and clearance. First type, cold work permit. The permit required carrying out activity, maintenance, cleaning, testing inside plant, non-critical nature and does not produce sufficient heat to ignite flammable or flammable substance. The format for cold work permit is entry. Now, second is hot work entry, confined space permit and clearance. The hot work permit required carry out hazardous activity, high speed steam or during which produce sufficient heat to causes fire, inflammable air vapor mixture. Entry the confined space permit required entry into any confined spaces. Now, excavation permit and its clearance. Excavation permit required for carrying out excavation inside plant where temporary closure, road cutting, road blockage, main road required, section or unit, the necessary approval shall obtain proper format, road or site closure. Now electric isolation and energization permit of clearance. The electric isolation and energization electric equipment permit required work high tension and low tension line and or equipment is required. The trip reset high tension and low tension equipment, the clearance shall be taken on the spot. Working at height permit. Now, it's most important. For all working at height, 2 meter or above, permit for working at height is required before erection when scaffold material are kept. Site of erection, pre-erection checklist scaffold shall be carried out. Prescribed form, all tubular scaffold need to be checked, certified before being used, and medical certificate for workmen required to work at height is required. Now, work partially exempted for recruitment of the permit. The routine work carried out, operation department personnel, pump changeover, furnace lighting, operating valve, etc. It is considered the safety measures are built-in system while carrying out above work and covered operating maneuvers. Now, routine work carried out, equipment taken into workshop by maintenance department and routine operation, workshop equipment except hot work permit, routine testing of sample and handling chemical, quality control laboratory, job carried out during emergency, fire explosion, rescue uncontrolled release, hazardous chemical and control the emergency, work carried out, construction site, management approval, except permit of hot work, radiography and working at height. Now general requirement of work, very important things. All maintenance, alertation, construction job, the plant shall be carried out under valid permit to work only. Normally operating personnel do not require work permit for carrying out routine work. However, exceptional cases where they are likely to expose certain risks, work permit is required. The requirement of work permit, such cases is to decide safety officer, zone in charge, area section in charge, etc. The separate permit should be issued for each job. Multiple jobs in a single permit are prohibited except entry to confined space and hot work inside the confined space, particular equipment. In such cases, composite permit can be issued and permit must be addressed all the applicable aspects for all both the work. Permit and clearance shall be in printed form, duplicate or triplicate depending on nature of job. Serially numbered, format number and different color code should be adopted to different type of permit and its clearance. Duly signed does and don'ts for related job shall be attached with each permit. Safety guideline mentioned shall be compiled at work site. Committee may suggest during study group. Now, depending on nature of job, type of permit required shall be decided. Working at height shall be required for working at height 2 meter above temporary structure or fixed structure not meant for carrying out particular job safety. For all scaffold, precaution checklist prescribed shall be carried out before start erection and safety guidelines shall be compiled. Safety harness with lifeline, secured chain pulley, hoist with fixed structure must be working at height. Provision safety net should be made. All scaffold shall be checked, certified, prescribed form before use. The workmen involved working at height should have medical certificate of doctor, permit for working at height job, following and the all tools should be carried tool, kits avoid their falling, throwing and dropping material equipment from height prohibited, avoid jumping from one number to another structure, use proper passageway, both head should be free and while climbing the ladder by passing the step of ladder should be avoided, avoid movement on overhead beam without proper fall protection. For detailed hazard, precaution and other safety features, refer standard all excavation permit, excavation clearance, mandatory prescribed form, additional closure of road permission taken, prescribed form, and information same shall be circulated all concerned prescribed format. For excavation permit job, following shall be ensured. The warning, protective barricade, meter height with red and white band, self-growing caution, bolts should be provided, announce excavation site, excavation material should be piled least 1 meter away, aged excavation, trench, depth, the trench whichever is more, provision minimum, entry exit should be made, additional case of long trench, 7.5 meter and part thereof. There should be one letter, safe angle, response or proper soaring, structuring and prevent caving should be provided as per relevant code. Safe operating practice, excavation clearance shall be obtained. Various department prescribed format before applying excavation permit. Permit issuing authority shall satisfy permit condition and met before issuing permit. It is also ensured the permit conditions are maintained in course of execution of the job and no hot work shall permitted unless explometer and explometer shown 0 entry into confined space where no hot work is carried out may be permitted if combustion gases are lower explosive limit. Entry with air supply mask can be permitted and the oxygen level should be 19.5% volume percent concentration. Toxic gases below the threshold limit. Confined space, box of clearance prescribed shall be obtained only those space where confined space entry permit taken and clearance shall be obtained. Duplicate copy shall be written issuer completion of work. For all electrical isolation and energization, the equipment line high tension. For electric isolation, energized equipment line for low tension shall be taken depending on case. Similar permit to work on high tension line and equipment permit work lower tension line equipment shall be taken. User department depending on case clearance certified shall be taken and case may be. Before issuing permit, equipment inspected, ensure that equipment facility prepared to set execution, assigned work, where area is clean and all safety precaution has been adopted. Whenever necessary, ensure the equipment isolated, drained, depressurized, properly purged, water flush, gas tested, including oxygen deficiency test, portable gas meter, and reading have been recorded into the permit. Now, role of chief in charge and section in charge. To carry out random check the work site under permit, particular job, the critical location, the process unit operation, tank farm, jantri, LPG, facility construction site, etc. To take immediate corrective measure. He shall review, check the request submitted workman, particular section to access the safety requirement, mention the permit of their adequacy and may check physically critical checklist compliances such gas test, isolation, tagging, implementation, etc. The recommended corrective measure before signing the permit for all critical activity. We will thoroughly check the work site condition, such hot work, running unit, near line, working at height, entry, the confined space, radiography, the compliances, the permit condition site. Before signing, with his experience, may visualize additional hazard, risk in job, which need to be addressed and will added. This is permit for compliances before signing. He shall ensure the condition mentioned in permit by user are fully complied at site. He should withdraw the permit, the condition permit clearance violated or job, the safer due to some of other reason. Information about the withdrawal should communicate all concerned. He will long same report to concern head of the department, means HOD, and discuss with safety officers. Check the authorized signatory have signed permit respective column. Permit is properly filled up, such a period, location, nature of job, etc. All the column checklists are addressed and guest test has been done. The reading mentioned cases hot work and entry into confined space permit report to chief in charge the station. Now, head of the department role. The excess necessity, the job beyond normal working hour to access adequacy, the safety precaution mentioned, the permit and may reinforce if required, may get independent check, the C safety compliances at site to prepare equipment, facility, area properly prepared before handling maintenance, repair, construction, inspection as per written down procedure. Ensure that equipment, facility, and area of work they are safe for particular work. Permit is properly filled up and precautions are categorized. Mentioned. Now gas test must be storage, distillery, molasses tank, etc. has been carried out. If required, gas test mandatory for hot work and entry into confined space. Head of department shall ensure before signing any work permit finally that the atmosphere tested and gas level and within permissible limit for assigned job to satisfy himself all necessary precaution has been taken so that atmosphere remain under control during the work. Avoid giving general vague remark on permit which is not specific for working at height. Ensure there is provision, safe access to the work site, provision, ladder, platform, chain pulley, hoist, scaffold, safe execution of work. Check those scaffold provided are within green tag. Ensure the provision and positive isolation of energy and decide about the extent isolation required for the job. Refer energy isolation, electric and the process. Now, permit or clearance shall be issued unless he is satisfied that point mentioned work permit has been fully complied. Area such safe perform particular work, positive isolation, all energy sources shall be ensured the confined space. Close permit, completion, work and written copy of the last 3-month copy, hot work entry into confined space shall be returned to fire station after close out and keep copy of permit always with you. Don't sign the permit without authority. Okay guys, this is up to first part of our behavior safety work permit system. Next chapter we have covered part B of the behavior safety work permit system and some of the permit go in a detailed manner. Till then, goodbye. Do take good care of yourself and wishes you a very happy Sunday.